Welcome to DIY and Reviews with Bill. If you love hands-on projects, honest product reviews, and saving money, you're in the right place. From DIY builds to testing tools and gadgets, I will break it all down so you know what works and what's worth it. Subscribe and join me as I take on multiple projects, put different products to the test, and try to help you get the best bang for your buck. So, without further ado, let's get right to it.
Alright, so here's the switch. I'm working on a switch for a 2002 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD with the 6.0 gas. Hopefully I can get the other steps that I did before I got to this point, but the reason why I am tearing it apart is the window switch was kind of intermittent. It would roll up just fine, but when I tried to roll it down, I had to like hit it, keep hitting it kind of hard and push and hold it for the contact to actually work and for the window to roll down the way it's supposed to. So I was assuming it's a bad contact, and I'm looking in here. I'll show you how to get these white parts and this black part off, but you can see like that it's dirty, got buildup. So I would assume the contacts are the same way, and sure enough, let me see if I can get it to where you can see this. But these little metal parts here rock back and forth. And if you look underneath, you can see that it's pretty dirty. So what I'm gonna do, because I don't really know the best way to do this, because there's some grease in there. I don't want to like necessarily get rid of it all. But I'm gonna try to hit it with a little bit of electrical cleaner and maybe see if I can squeeze part of a Q-tip in here and try to get it clean. So we'll see how this goes. Looks like we got an electrical connector trying to work its way out. Let's reposition that back in there. So I don't know if you can tell, but that definitely looks much cleaner than what it originally was. So hopefully this is going to do the trick, but we'll find out. To get these white parts out, you got to take like a little small precision flathead screwdriver, something kind of like this. Be very careful, because obviously it is plastic. Be very careful, kind of wedge it in between on the side and push this out at the same time, like so. And then you got to do it on the other side, so you can see it's partially out. Whoops, and I lost one of my contacts. Get that back in there here in just a minute. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side, and you can see there's a bunch of gunk buildup on this one too. There we go. And be careful when you take these out, because so it's not falling out because of the grease, but these little deals here, they come out, and there's a spring in there. Because you see it goes up and down, and these have grease on them too. You can try to clean them up a little bit. So that's how you get those out. Just take a little crappy toothbrush, clean it up on the sides, get rid of that buildup. Okay, and then this part, this is super easy. It's just like a little rubber cover. It just pulls straight up. So this connector actually looks really clean compared to the first one that we took off and looked at. So yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and hit it with a little bit of cleaner, but these look pretty good for the most part. Oh, also one thing, from what I saw in another video, this board does not come off of the plastic piece because something to do with the solder connections. I guess it holds it all together. So do not try to pry this out and up out of there, because there's a good chance you could break it. If that is not the case and there's a way to get it out of there, because I did try a little bit, I didn't want to break it since this is my only switch, but if there's a way to get it out of there, please comment below and let me know, because I would love to be able to do that. And actually, just looking at one of these contacts, this one here, I guess I'm going to go ahead and remove these and hit those with the Q-tip. Spray some contact cleaner and clean them with a Q-tip. Let's see, getting a little shiny now. It does look worn in comparison to the other one here. So I don't know if maybe that has something to do with it, but we'll find out obviously once we get this all cleaned up and installed back in the vehicle, whether or not it does fix the issue of the intermittent rolling down. I'm almost considering maybe putting a blob of solder on there. Probably not, because of the plastic. I don't want it to melt. I'll just leave it alone for now. Alright, so I'm going to work on getting these other ones cleaned up. I'm not going to sit here and make you watch the whole process of it. When you go to put these back in, make sure you pay attention to the orientation. So obviously the arch part goes face down, because that's how it came out, just like that. Okay, so make sure to put those back in right. Otherwise, you will not have a working switch. One other thing, while you got these contact points out, you can go ahead and clean these up a little bit better too, instead of just spraying them and hoping for the best. So just give them a little cleaning with your wire brush, screwdriver, whatever you got. Get any kind of gunk off of there and make them look pretty again. This is not going to allow it, it's not allowing it to function properly, so make sure to try to get these on correctly. So it is easier if you put the black boot on first. Alright. So definitely easier to do this first to make sure that it's all the way on. Just like that. Okay. And then it snaps in. Go to take this apart, you see those little prongs right there. Okay, just so you have an idea on reference where they're at. But what I did and what I saw in a video from somebody else, you take a little screwdriver and you just kind of work it up on each side slowly and carefully. Careful, because you do have electrical components. There you go. Just carefully pry it up and it'll pop out. And of course, put it back in. Just pops on. When you're popping it back together, got these tabs all around. Just make sure that they're all in. I did not pay attention which direction these go, so I gotta Google it. I gotta look at a picture to see what how these are supposed to face. Okay, well, it might help if I look at the other switch. It's actually got some writing on it. So I know that in my truck, the lock and unlock is down on the bottom. Switches are above it. This is obviously the driver's side. So pop that back. It feels a lot better compared to what it was. All right. So real quick, before I finish putting this together, I'll show you how to pop these off. Again, your little small screwdriver, come up on the side and just kind of pry out, and there you go. Pops right off. Obviously, just be careful. You don't want to get too aggressive with it. Otherwise, you'll break it because it's plastic. Now this one's a little bit harder to get off. You have to be really careful with this too because, you know, plastic, it's old, probably brittle. I took my screwdriver, kind of stuck it underneath and pried out. Got one started. Okay, come over right next to the other one. Pry it out. Okay, got that one started. And just basically work your way around, being really careful as you're doing this. Okay, once it's out a little bit, that's it, just stop and work your way to the next one. And you do have to get those, you do have to get these switch covers off before you can do this because they kind of help hold it on. And then it should just come right off, like so. All right, so let's go put it back together here. Okay, everything looks good. Let's put it back in our cover here. So when you go put it back in, this little tab slides in here. So just get it in there, get it lined up right. It's these little Torx bits. It is a T20. If you're wondering where I got this, I think you can figure it out. AutoZone. I think it was like $20, $25, something like that. Came with this and a set of different sizes of these, and it uses, what's nice about it is it uses a 1/4 inch drive, so you can use it with your other ratchets. And you know, it can kind of swivel a little bit, give you some different angles. Anyway, I'll see if they have this on Amazon. If not, you saw the part number of it there, so you can go pick it up. All right, that's all there is to it. Now we're gonna go put it back in the truck, see if it works. All right, let's see if I can do this one-handed. All right, so like I said before, whenever I would try to roll the driver's side window down, it wouldn't work. It was intermittent. Had to push it really hard, certain angle, kind of smash it, and then it would work. So let's see what happens. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is a thing of beauty right there. I don't even have to push on it very hard and it works first try. That is awesome. Make sure the other window works. Excuse my messy work truck. That works. I gotta replace motors at some point. And lock and unlock. It works. Everything works like it should. Beautiful. So that is how you can possibly fix your window switch without having to go buy another one or try to hunt one down from a salvage. Anyways, hope this video helps somebody out there, and you guys have a good one.